Hey everybody, it's the 20th of August 2025. Welcome back to Tropical Outlook. Today we have Fernand, which has just turned post-tropical a couple hours ago, and a new area of interest in the main development region of the Atlantic with a low chance of formation in the next 7 days. So let's take a look at her post-tropical cyclone Fernand, still with winds of 45 miles per hour. But it has lost all of its tropical characteristics. On the satellite you can see there's barely any convection left of the system, still spinning quite a lot, which indicates that it still has a cyclonic structure, but instead of a tropical cyclone it's now more of an extratropical one. This is the new area of interest in the Atlantic Ocean. You can still can't see the tropical wave visibly yet, but that's because the wave is still in Africa and it has not come off the coast yet, but that's expected to happen over the weekend. So currently with 0% chance in the next 2 days or 48 hours, that's the way you can put it, and a little higher, 20% in the next 7 days. Still quite low at the moment, so do not need to panic at the moment. Sea surface temperature right now in the main development region around 27-28 degrees, marginally favourable for development if that tropical wave is to march into this area, which is looking likely, and really warm in the western part of the Atlantic Ocean, up to 29 degrees for the majority of that region, and in the Gulf of Mexico is unsurprisingly the warmest amongst all, up to 31 degrees for most parts, and the Caribbean Sea is also warm at around 29 degrees up to 30, a bit higher towards the western part of that region. So what are the models ensembles saying right now? We can take a look. Currently not expecting anything up until early next week, where you can see some members expecting a tropical wave to come off the western coast of Africa. Then it's just going to pass just to the south of Cabo Verde, perhaps developing into a tropical storm or tropical depression, and then it will continue to track northwestward into the mid-Atlantic Ocean, but that's really far ahead of us right now, and there is tremendous amount of uncertainties. For example, the GFS isn't expecting anything to develop from this tropical wave, hence why I did not even bother to show the graph of their forecast. And the German model Icon also not expecting anything to develop at this moment, and hence why we are not making a conclusion here. So in the Atlantic Ocean, the next name on the list is Gabrielle, followed by Humberto, Imelda and Jerry. All four of these names has been used once in the 2019 Atlantic Ocean hurricane season. So let's take a little detour around the world. In the Western Pacific we have Depression 20W, a new one that is located in the South China Sea, expected to strike Vietnam, perhaps as a weak tropical storm later this week. So currently with winds of around 35 miles per hour, pressure of 1002 millibars, located at 15.1 degrees north, 115.8 degrees east, moving west-northwestward at 11 miles per hour. On the satellite, you can see it's really a disorganized system, not surprising. It's also showing a strong monsoonal depression characteristic. Usually when a tropical cyclone is the monsoonal one, it doesn't have the strongest convection around the center. Instead, they have the strong convections away from the centers in the outer bands, and on the satellite you can see 20W does in fact have stronger outer bands. Comparing to the center, the convections are much stronger out there. All these strong thunderstorms getting pushed to Hainan Island, Vietnam, Philippines, or even the Guangdong province in China. And so we have a weak tropical cyclone that could hit Vietnam. Might cause a little disruption, but generally not too crazy at all. So in the Eastern Pacific Ocean we have Juliette, who has just turned post-tropical, just like Fernand in the Atlantic Ocean. We also have tropical wave with a high chance to develop into a tropical cyclone in the next 7 days. Quite surprising it hasn't got a number yet, but that could happen really soon. Up to 80% of development chance in the next 7 days, and then an area of interest with 40% chance to develop in the future. That is currently still can't see the tropical wave. That's because it still hasn't formed yet, but over the next 7 days we could see something gradually developing in that possible development zone. So we're going to wrap up today's video now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like and share. Remember to have a nice day. Thank you.